Boker Tov, everyone. In the Sefer Kol Dodi Dofek, he brings over here the Gemara and Masechet Nazir that goes as follows. We know there's laws of Nedarim, oaths, and Hafarat Nedarim, that a person, let's say a lady says I promise of never eating meat again. So her husband could undo that oath. And if she's single, her father could undo that oath. So there's a halakha that, let's say a lady says, I'm never going to eat meat again. And the husband, he hears, he's in the other room, he says, no, Hashem, whatever her promise was, I'm being mefer. It's not a promise. But he forgot to tell her that he did have farad nedarim. And so she thinks she has an oath on her not to eat meat. And that night she's hungry, and she goes and she eats meat. And then she comes to her husband, she cries, my dear husband, I'm so sorry. Like, what happened? So I made a promise, I'm never going to eat meat again. I saw a piece of meat, and I ate meat. And he says, don't worry about it. When you made the promise, I heard, and I got rid of the neder. She says, really? So, did I not do anything wrong? So I don't know. You feel that you did something wrong? Go to the rabbi. Halakha is, even though there was a hafarat nedarim from the husband, and really she didn't violate, nevertheless she needs a kapara. She needs to bring a korban. That means that she said she wants to eat meat. She's never going to eat meat again. The husband overhears this, gets rid of the neder, and she eats meat. She violates what she thought was a violation. So even though it's not an avera of going against nedarim, nevertheless there's still a kapara needed. Because she thought that she was over an avera. Says the Gemara that when Rabbi Akiva would that's a pasuk. We get this from the pasuk. Isha haferam, her husband gets rid of the neder, v'Hashem yislach la, and Hashem will forgive her. Why does she need forgiveness for? She didn't do anything wrong now. Nevertheless, there's still an element that she needs forgiveness. Rabbi Akiva, when he would get to this pasuk, he would cry. And he would say, imagine a person, he wants to eat pig, chas v'shalom. So he says, I'm going to go to the store, I'm going to go get pig. And he sees a nice butcher, he says, wow, this looks so good. He goes, says, wow, this piece of meat looks like a good piece of pig. And he buys it. He didn't realize it was a nice, brand new, kosher deli. And everything was kosher, C-O-R, mehadrin. And this pig, it was called fakin. It looked like bacon, but it was fakin. And he bought it, and he ate it, and he thought he was eating pig. And it turned out, he tells his wife, oh, look, I bought pig, whatever. He said, no, it was kosher meat. So, in that situation, you still need to ask mechila. Even though you ate kosher. You want the pig. That's what we learned from here as well, an application. Says Rabbi Akiva, we learned from here, if a person wanted to sin, he didn't end up sinning, you still need a mechila. All the more so, if you wanted to sin, and you actually did sin, how bad that is. So Rabbi Akiva would cry when he would get to this. All the more so when a person wants to sin, and he actually does sin, how grave it is. And again here, he tells us how we have to have in mind of the gravity of how grave our averot are. And he ends off with the last interesting point. And he says, imagine a person who sitting beside, so let's say this person, he's not really connected to religion, let's just say. And he sees a friend sitting beside him, and he sees a $100 bill half sticking out of his pocket. So he looks this way, looks that way, and he takes the $100 bill from his pocket. But then the friend catches him. He says, what are you doing? So I'm sorry. And the guy says, okay, fine. I'll let you go. Give me the money back, but okay, I accept your mechila. This guy who stole, he's happy now that he got let off the hook. You know, he gave the money back, but he's happy that the guy he gave him mechila. But really, if we look into the situation, what is he happy about? He's happy that he's not getting punished. This guy didn't scream at him or anything like that. But the fact that he would steal again if he doesn't get caught. The whole reason why he's happy is because he got caught, but that he's let off the hook. That he's not being punished. But now let's say a person who's a person that's connected to Torah and mitzvot, and he really wants to grow in his Torah and mitzvot. And, everyone has a Yetzer Hara, and he's sitting beside someone, he sees a $100 bill sticking out of his pocket, and he steals the $100 bill. And he gets caught. He says, I'm sorry, I'm not like this, I'm in a tough situation, and I'm sorry. And the guy says, don't worry, mechila. He gives him the $100 back, mechila. This person, what's he going to feel bad about? He's going to feel bad that he violated Hashem's mitzvah. He's going to feel bad that he did an averah, that he stole. He's not going to, he feels happy that he doesn't get punished by this guy, but he's going to feel bad that he stole. This is really not who he is. And therefore, when it comes to us, when it comes to Yom Kippur, when it comes to this time, we have to recognize, what am I sad about and what am I happy about? Okay, I'm getting the mechila, happy about that, but when I do an averah, am I sad that I did an averah? Or I'm happy, okay, Hashem's going to give me mechila, but let me go back to my old ways. So we have to look at these examples and really try to feel the chomer, the heaviness of what an averah is all about. Baruch Adonai le'olam, amen ve'amen. Rabbi Chananya ben Akashya omer רצה הקדוש ברוך הוא לזכות את לפיכך ייבדל תורה כמו שנאמר, אדוני חפץ למען צדקו יגדיל תורה וידיר.